Matthew chapter 18, the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. At that time, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" He called a little child and had him stand among them, and he said, "I tell you the truth, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes a little child like this in my name welcomes me. But if anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a large millstone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of the things that cause people to sin. Such things must come, but woe to the man through whom they come. If your hand or your foot causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life maimed or crippled than to have 2 hands or 2 feet and be thrown into eternal fire. And if your eye causes you to sin, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into the fire of hell." So during this portion right here in chapter 18, the disciples were going back and forth, which we'll learn in another book, who was closest to Jesus, what was the sequential order of leadership or discipleship, because again, that's a humanistic thing. And we'll get to another part because this is sermon upon sermon. I know there's a thing about the entering life maim and all that. We'll get to that at a later time because it'll come back up. But this point is the one. Listen to what he says. He called a little child and had him stand among them. And he said, "I tell you the truth, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." Every time I read this, I think back about how dependent a child is, how rely on the parent, how rely on others, how we want what is best for all. There is no manipulation, there is no predetermination. The full dependence on others for even life. It's amazing. And to understand how the Lord was telling his disciples, unless you completely lean on me, unless you completely turn and depend on the Lord and seek him first, always. And that is the same as bringing past to present. Before we go on though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?